Hi guys, welcome to another makeup video. Today we are creating this yellow nails inspired brown eyeshadow combo. It's actually inspired by this lady here on Pinterest. I'll insert the photo here. And yeah, this is the makeup look we did today. I thought it was very fitting with the yellow nails. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stick around to see how I did this. To start, I'm just taking this clear Revolution brow gel because in the inspo picture she just wears a fluffy non-product brow, and as you can see we've gone a bit too dark with the brows. I think I just left the tint on a bit too long, so we've gone a bit black, but it's fine, they'll fade. I'm going to start by laying down a base on my eyes, so I'm going to take the Morphe Filter Effect concealer and I'm just going to put this on my eyelid like so, and then I'm just taking this little dense fluffy brush again from Morphe and I'm going to blend that all over my eyelid up to my brow. So to just start the eyes, I'm just taking this makeup tape and basically I'm going to create a wing, and then we just make sure that they're pretty lined up. So I'm just going to start out using my Beauty Bay Neutrals palette. Just going to take a simple fluffy brush from Morphe and we're going to go in with a light shade of brown. So we're going to start with the shade Cookie from that palette. And I'm just going to start by blending it into the makeup tape to get the bulk of the product there, and then slowly blend it around. And I'm just going to repeat each step on both eyes as we go along. They do recommend this for symmetry. I was going to say symmetry then, that's not a word. For symmetry and making both sides look the same. People do suggest to do each step on each eye, like consecutively. And then I'm going to take the shade Pecan, which is like this quite a bready brown, and we're going to do the same thing in the corner. I'm going to spread a bit onto my actual eyelid. We're leaving the front bit clear for the yellow, and then once most of that product is off my brush, I will blend it into the first brown that we put down. And then always just bringing forward whatever product is left on the brush to the front upper part of the eye. And just adding a bit more of that brown towards the front of the eyelid, sorry. And then we're going to go in with a bit of a smaller brush, and I'm going to take a darker brown. I'm going to take the shade Sepia here. This is like a more of a muddy brown colour on the wing. Yeah. Don't know if this is too light of a colour, to be fair. Let's go in on the fluffy brush. Not so bad, but it could do with a fluffy brush being used, so we'll just do that lightly. And then we'll go in with an actually darker shade, and we're going to take the shade Cowboy, which is almost like a black brown. And this is where we're going to start the liner. So I'm going to take it on here, and I'm going to blend it from my lash line here and keep it very close to the line. I don't want it to blend too far up into the eyeshadow. You can just achieve a simple eyeliner by doing this, like a smoky one. but we are obviously going to go in with a bit more than that. And then I'm just going to take my brush and make sure all of that is blended nicely. And then I'm going to take a flat brush and we're going to take a dark black shade. I'm taking the shade Jet. This is Jet Black. And I'm basically going to create a liner wing along here and into the lash line. Now I'm actually going to go in with actual eyeliner on the inners. We still got to add the yellow yet anyway. But by here I want it to be smoky and shadowy. So I'm going to take a smaller brush and hopefully just be able to smoke that black out rather than move it too much. And then I'm just removing those tapes and you can sort of see where we're going with it. We're going to start by cutting the crease, moving on to the inners of the eye. And this is the kind of yellow that we're going for. So to do this, I'm going to use my Made by Mitchell's colour case. This has featured a lot recently. I think it's just the perfect pastels, but it's the perfect yellow, even a little bit more vibrant than the nails. So that's what we're going for. So I'm going to use this product to cut the crease. So I'm just going to take a spatula and take some of that product. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand because the heat from my hand will warm it up and make it more creamy rather than cold and hard. I'm just going to start by cutting the crease, basically. And I want to keep this quite focused to where that natural eye shape is. Bringing it along to sort of the centre of the eye. And then basically I'm going to take the browns that we used earlier. I think I'm going to start with the cookie shade because I don't want to go too muddy on the yellow. So the lightest shade of brown we use, I'm going to start by fluffing this into the product and hopefully this will blend out the cream as well. And I want to bring it across slightly more on the bottom so we sort of have an angle that lines up with the liner, if you see what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to go in with that pecan shade slightly. Not straight onto the yellow, but from the crease. And I think to set that cream product, I'm going to take this creamy shade called Twig. I'm going to hope that the combination of this powder and the bright yellow is going to sort of create a bit more of a mellow yellow. And I'm just going to pat this in on top. I think that's working. And then for the shimmer on the eyes, I'm taking my Beauty Bay Brights Matte Brights palette because there is this beautiful custard cream shade that is like shimmery but pale yellow. So we're going to try that. It might not be much, but I'm just going to get a little bit on my finger and we're going to try. So it definitely added something. So I'm going to do that on both. And then I'm going to go back over with the browns. But I think we need to add something more to that. I don't think it's shimmery enough. So I think I'm going to take a little small brush and I'm going to go back into my neutrals palette and I'm going to take the shade Locket, which is like this very gold, almost a gold flaky shade. And I'm going to go along the edge of the yellow with that. And now we're going to go in with black liner. So I'm just taking this felt tip elf pen and I'm just basically going to go along my lash line. I'm going to do a tiny bit of a cat eye on the inner. But actually I might wait till the rest of my face is done to do the cat eye, but I'm going to add the line on the top of the lash line. And then once we've got out to the wing, I'm just taking the little flat brush that we used the black on, and I'm just sort of blending some of that black shade into the edges of the liner to make it look more smoky. But we want to keep this line on the upper lid very nice and crisp. Now I'm going to go off camera, do the rest of my face, and I'll come back to you to finish off the eyes. So I just went off and did my skin makeup. And now basically I'm going to bring a bit of that brown eyeshadow onto the under eye. So I'm going to start with that light shade again, Cookie. And I'm going to follow the eyeliner down onto the under eye. Also, the mascara I used was just the usual black MAC Stack mascara. Some liner in the lower lash line as well. And then I've just done the other eye as well. And I'm just going to add a bit of mascara to the lower lashes as well. And then for lips, I'm going to take this Brown Revolution lip liner. This is in the shade Divine. And it's almost like a light brown. My lip petals are all very blunt, so please ignore that. But I'm just going to line my lips with this and then go over it with a clear gloss. And then I'm just taking this Collection Juicy Infusions lip gloss and just put that all over the lips. And then to finish it off, I'm just going to take my Morphe Luminous Setting Spray and just give it a quick spritz. And that is the finished makeup. I'm going to record a few clips for you now, and I will see you back for the outro. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed this yellow brown eyeshadow makeup look. I think it was something different to what we normally do, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I would definitely wear this out as well. It just feels pretty. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you feel like it. All of my social medias are linked in the description box below, so if you want to check out my other social medias, please go there. And I have plenty of YouTube shorts as well, if you want some short form content. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next week for another one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.